Have you ever been in a situation and you looked down at your cell phone and saw 0 bars, no reception, no chance of reaching the outside world? And you find yourself in a position where you've hiked miles from your truck. You forgot to bring extra batteries for your other GPS, and your phone doesn't have good offline maps. Your compass isn't working. Maybe you've lost your phone. Maybe you're in a situation that you absolutely have no way out of. And you're either gonna find your way back to your truck by the grace of God, or you're gonna die in the wilderness. So, my number one solution for that kind of situation is this guy right here. If you wanna start solo hunting, if you wanna get out there and explore, make sure you've got a backup satellite communicator, and that way you know that you can have peace of mind while you're hiking around in the backcountry in case the worst happens. That's why I have the Garmin Inreach Mini 2. I'm about to go over a few specs about the device and then why I enjoy it and why I chose this one and how I use it for my particular needs. So hopefully you'll find some good information in this video, and stay tuned. This is my number one piece of equipment for solo hunting when I go bear hunting in the backcountry. I'm going to Montana later this year. I chose this one over the Zoleo. It's got really competitive pricing plans. It's like 10 bucks a month, and that's for unlimited check-in text messages. The check-in text messages are already pre-written. So it's like a text that says, I'm checking in, everything's okay. And you can attach your location to that text message, and you can send unlimited. So every time you send that text message through this device, you can have a list of people that it goes to, and your location will be attached to that. So they can see where you're going, they can track you. You can start tracking, you can stop tracking on this. You can also use your cell phone and pull up your Garmin app, and you can see full satellite maps and images on your cell phone. I don't use this as my standalone GPS. I download base maps on my iPhone, and base map, you can download offline maps and it'll still show your location satellite wise. So I use those two mapping systems in conjunction when I'm solo hunting. I always know where I'm at. I always know where my truck is. And I even have a backup Garmin GST64, which is an older one that it has maps. It doesn't have any communication functions, but it's kind of bigger and heavier, runs off batteries. And I still bring that with me as a backup. So I've got 3 different satellite options as far as navigation. But the reason I got the Garmin Inreach is mainly for the communication. You also have an SOS button. The SOS button, you open this little side compartment and you have to hold down that button. If you are in a situation where you can't make it out, or you can't, get to cell phone service, or you get lost, or you break something, you can hit that SOS button and you can have search and rescue. They know where you are and they're gonna come get you. So having that peace of mind, knowing that I can just hit the button and at least people know where I am, at least people can find me, it gives me so much more peace of mind. And I would say I'm a little more aggressive with my approach when it comes to traveling away from the truck and away from a base camp. I'll go miles in, I'll bring a tent in my pack, I'll bring camping stuff, and I'll go deep because I'd at least know that I can communicate. And so that was a big thing that was holding me back for a long time. And so having this device has changed that for me when I'm solo hunting. I keep it clipped on my bino harness, and the antenna's sticking up, so it's got perfect exposure to the sky, and that way your signals aren't getting interrupted. So you wanna keep it somewhere exposed. That way if it's sending tracking every 30 minutes or however you have it programmed, it can do that without wasting a ton of battery life. And speaking of battery life, this thing can last up to 2 weeks. If you wanna go on a 14-day solo hunt, this thing can handle it, and you can always bring backup battery banks to charge it with a USB-C cable. Great battery life. And as long as you're not just texting up a storm, it should last you at least 2 weeks. And that's 14 days of battery life in the 10-minute tracking mode, meaning that you're gonna send a signal every 10 minutes tracking where you're at in the mountains. Having global satellite network is also crucial. So if you're going to Alaska or somewhere where you just know there's gonna be zero cell coverage or very slim chance, the satellite will reach anywhere on the globe, and you'll be able to send messages and SOS through the global Iridium satellite network. The Garmin Inreach Mini 2 also has flexible plans, and you can opt in and out. And that's one of my favorite things about it is you can do this monthly. So if you're only gonna use it 1 month out of the year and go elk hunting in September, you can just activate this device for 1 month. I like to have it turned on year round because you save on the monthly subscription. I'm paying like $10 a month, I believe. And I just leave it on so that if I'm ready to go, if all of a sudden I decide I want to go to North Georgia where there's no cell reception and go on a backcountry trout fishing trip in the mountains of North Georgia and the Appalachians, I don't have to worry about jumping on Garmin's website, setting it all up. I will say that that's kind of the biggest hassle is the setup, learning the device, learning all the different characteristics about it, what it can and can't do, and realize that you can't just buy this, pop it out of the box and go. You've got to set it up, you've got to get it established, you have to go online, you have to sign up for service. So there's a lot of footwork, and it can be kind of a pain. So, allot yourself an hour or two just to kind of read through the directions and figure out how exactly to get this thing set up. But there's plenty of resources online. There's plenty of YouTube videos showing all that. So I'm not gonna cover any of that today. This is just a personal review after using the Garmin Inreach Mini 2. I've been using it for 2 years, and it's been a game changer for solo hunting. It's also got a compact and rugged design, waterproof. It's got very thick rubber. It's got a nice carabiner on there where you can clip it, really rugged strap that you can take on and off if you wanted to. But you could drop this and probably smash it on some rocks and it'd be fine. So it feels rugged. I've never had any issues with durability or waterproofness. The Inreach Mini 2 also has track-back routing, and that feature allows you to navigate right back to your starting point the same way you came should you get lost, right on your device. You can also request forecasts for your current location or other waypoints or destinations that are on your itinerary. There's also an unlimited cloud storage and amount of trip planning. So you have free access to the cloud-powered Garmin Explore website on your computer, so you can use that to plan your trips. There's also a Garmin Messenger app. I have not used the Garmin Messenger app, but you can download that, and so you can have your Inreach Mini 2 connected to your cell phone via Bluetooth, and you can text from your cell phone through the connection on your Inreach Mini 2. Thanks for watching. If you got any questions, drop them down in the comments. I'll do my best to respond. I'm not sponsored by Garmin. I just did a lot of research, and this was the one that fit the bill for me. There's other satellite communicators out there, so do your own research, figure out what you're looking for and what you use it for. I'm just giving you guys my personal scenario, which is solo hunting and travel DIY hunting. So if those are things that you're interested in, I'm gonna have a ton more content coming out. So make sure you hit the subscribe and the like button on this video, and I will see you on the next one.